Hello everybody, I've been really lucky on the channel to speak to some fantastic footballers who've got some great stories. Here's the best of them.
I got the match ball after the game and got it signed by all the players, and Clough said to me, you need to go and knock on Liverpool's door and ask them if they'll sign it as well. And I didn't really want to do that because we'd just beat them, and I thought it were a bit of lack of respect. And so I thought, well, I'm not going to do that, and I'm going to walk down the corridor, and when I get halfway down, I'm going to come back and just say that Kenny Dalglish and his team refused to do it. But as I turned around, he was stood there, when he rugby shirt, green sweater, you know.
To make sure.
Knock on the door, shithouse, he said. Knock on the door. And to be fair to Kenny Dalglish, like he knew why I was there, and he got all the players to sign the ball. And the ball, I've got the ball, it's treasured, obviously.
I remember going towards the end of my career, I had to go and see Clough because I was going to do my A license, which is a residential course to be a coach, a qualified coach. And I knocked on his door, and he's, come in. So I sat down. He said, what do you want? I said, Gaffer, I need to ask you a question. I said, I want to take my coaching badges and have to go on a residential course. It'd be about a week. Can I do it? He went, oh my God. And he just put his hands on his face. Next minute, he's shouting Archie Gemmell in. Archie. So Archie Gemmell comes into the dressing room. He comes into his room. He says, Archie, have you got a coaching badge? International, Scottish international, aren't you? And Archie's gone, no, Gaffer, I ain't got a coaching badge. Lawsy wants to have a coaching badge. In fact, he wants to tell you how to be a coach. What do you think of that? And Archie's just tutting away, and I'm thinking, oh my God, here we go. Then he shouts, Ron Fenton. Ron Fenton, Liam O'Kane. Liam, get in my room. Liam, Irish international, have you got a coaching badge? No, Gaffer. Lawsy wants to have a coaching badge, and he wants to tell you how to coach. I haven't got one. He's going to tell me how to do my job. What do you think of that? And I'm going, oh, this is just turning to mush. What's going on? So anyway, he said, get out my office, you idiot. Anyway, so I've gone out. I've gone on a coaching course. My very first day getting back into the club, Cloughie's walking down the corridor. Lawsy! So I'm thinking, oh my God, he's going to cane me. So he's come into the dressing room. We're all sitting down, and he's gone, now, son, what do I call you now? Do I call you Brian, or do I call you Coach? I've gone, just call me Brian if you want, or anything else. And yes, I am. I have qualified as a coach. He went, oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. You're going to tell me how to do my job, lads. He's going to tell me how to do my job. Well, every touch I had of the ball, or I made a mistake on a pitch, he'd shout on the touchline, and hear, Coach. Is that what you're going to tell your players? Is that what you're going to show them? Idiot.
We reported to the City ground on the morning of the game, because it was a dinner time kickoff. So we reported for some breakfast, pre-match meal, or whatever it was. And I'd driven over from Derby because I had my house in Derby, so I was staying at my house. And then came over, went in. It was all quiet. City ground was quiet. The team bus wasn't there, I don't think, at the time. So we went into what was the players' lounge on the left-hand side by where you walk in. I think it's a Robin Hood suite, I think, if I remember right. Went in there, had some food, did our team meeting, went to get on the bus. So walk out, and you turn right to go to the car park to the bus, and there's four of the biggest geezers that I've come across. I thought they were like for security or bouncers. And one of them just looked at me and went, do you remember who you're playing for today? And I honestly, I wasn't expecting it. And it's one of them moments where it catches you off guard, and people always say to you, what would you do if that happened? And I tell you, it took me by so much shock. I must have gone as white as a ghost. I remember just walking over to the bus going, oh my God.
They were just fans, were they?
Just four Forest fans.
Right.
I mean, these are big guys. I don't consider myself a big guy, but I don't consider myself small. But these were big guys. And there were four of them. So I'm thinking, Like, I ain't letting no one down today. So I get on the bus, and that's all that's on my mind on the way to the ground, going down the 59, down the 52, sorry, getting towards Pride Park, and I'm thinking, oh my God. So nothing else is bothering me, thinking, if I get back to the City Ground, my car's there, it's going to be turned over, it's going to be smashed up, they're going to be waiting for me. Anyway, it plays out, we get back to the City Ground, and the same 4 guys were there, hugs, you're one of us now, don't you ever worry about it. Honestly, it was like,
Wow.
I don't think they realised. And you know what? I never seen him again. Never had like a laugh or joke about it. And if I walked past him in the street, I don't think I'd recognise him. But if he was that guy, let me tell you, I had 90 minutes of panic. I was not concerned about anything else. It was the strangest thing. It was the strangest thing. But then you get back and it's all forgotten, and you're like, you know, it's just the emotion of football. That's what makes it so great, I suppose.
We went down to Southampton, gloriously sunny day. I met Gordon Strachan, Gary Pendry, Rupert Lowe, and then signed. And it was all very straightforward. Like, and which the medical was all straightforward. Which, as I got older, they became less straightforward the more I did them. Like, tell me what's wrong now. And then, but didn't sign in time to play the game the next day, which was against Man U, but was sat on the bench. And I just remember walking down the corridor, and it was the Beckham, Van Nistelrooy, and you kind of going, Jesus Christ Almighty. And then it became quite real, thinking, what on earth am I doing? How is this going to pan out? Because they were all, and again, I don't know whether it's that one that you kind of remember with a slightly kind of sepia tinted view on it, but they're all big dudes. And you know, nothing on David Beckham, but he's not short. Van Nistelrooy, not short, big fellas. And just thinking, wow, this is a different, literally it's a different league now. Literally, it's a different league. And this is what it is. And it was just an immense challenge. And for the first few months, it was proper like fish out of water stuff. Because we had such a good group of people at Forest, both on and off the pitch. A lot of lads that got on really well, a lot of wives and partners that got on really well as well. And a group of young lads that, there's only really Jono that had kids at the time, which blows my mind now because I've not had a chance to say this to Brennan yet, but I will at some stage. I remember when your mum was pregnant with you, and he'd probably thinking, Jesus. And you look at what he's done now, which is wonderful. But it was a really good group, and then to go down there, which Southampton to me seemed miles and miles and miles and miles away, which it is, it just felt like training was even though our training at Forest was amazing, training was a step up. You play the little boxes game where you had to two people. I mean, it's a drill as old as the hills in football. 2 people in the middle, everyone around the outside. Keep the ball for 2 in the middle, and it felt for the first 6 months. I thought, I wonder what it's like on the outside. Like I've got no idea, but unless I'm running around in the middle trying to get the ball back, I can't for the life of me. And there was lads that I kind of knew of a little bit, and other players that I'd never heard of at all who were twice as good as me. And you're just kind of thinking, this is crazy. This is what the biggest league on the planet looks like. And it was a shock to the system.
We played Brighton away at the start of the year. We got done 3-0. Don't know if you remember that. Alex Arkoviti played, and he's a year below me, centre half, left sider, good player, and he got in the team, not just in the squad. He actually got in the starting 11, and I was nowhere near the squad. And I was thinking something's not right here. I'm more than capable of playing alongside Alex in the 21s or under 23s as it is now. I'm on the edge of maybe being called up for England under 19s, under 20s, but I can't get even in the squad. Like, it's not my attitude. I'm very driven individual, and the manager likes me as well. So I wanted to know why. So I spoke to Phil, who's my agent, he's more of like my best mate, granddad, than he is agent. He's not very football agent. He's not flash or doesn't know the first thing about Rolex watches or anything. He's just a very loves his football kind of thing. And he said, no, just bide your time, mate. Don't worry. And it was difficult for him as well because he had Alex. He looked after Alex as well. Like Alex, well done, mate. You're doing really well. Plus, he's looking after me, who's like moaning that I'm not in the team. So he was kind of like trying to juggle between me and him. So I'm sat watching Forest lose 3-0 against Brighton, and my mate Alex is playing. And I'm thinking, I'm gutted we're losing because obviously I like Forest, but at the same time, I'm thinking, come on, like this could be my chance. It could give me a bit of leverage, just get my foot in the door to go and have a word. Games are going by. We're winning games like 4-3, like Burton at home, first game of the season. We're scoring 4, conceding 3, scoring 5, conceding 6 sort of thing. And we're averaging 2.5 goals a game against. And we'd gone 7 or 8 games in the season, probably 10 games in the season. It was about this time, October the 7th, I think it was, or something like that, when against Reading. And it was the Thursday. So imagine it was like me this morning today, going into a game on a Saturday. I've pulled the gaffer after the session. He's like named the squad and the travelling squad, and I wasn't even in it. And I was thinking, not another week of being like a guinea pig in training. We had Damien Pakis, Matt Mills, Armand Traore, Alex Arkoviti. I think Danny Fox was injured at the time. But we're just shipping goals, and nothing against those players whatsoever. They've all been good at their clubs in the past, but at Forest, they weren't the best, in my opinion. Danny Fox conceding that, I actually thought he had a good spell at Forest. I thought he was pretty good. But Damien, Millsy, Alex didn't really get not a fair crack, but didn't really push on to do anything special at Forest. But at the time, I was thinking, we're conceding goals. I need to do something about this, because for me, trying to get in a team where we are conceding, I've got no better chance to do this. So he's collecting the cones up on the pitch at the academy, and I'm sat in the changing room. I'm like twiddling my thumbs and thinking, oh God, like, should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? Will he find me disrespectful? Will he undermine him? What should I do? And I just thought, you know what, sod it. I've got nothing.
You're not going to lose your place. Yeah.
I'm probably going to be at Forest for longer than he is. Like, as sad as that sounds, so I might as well try it. Might as well. So I went up to him and I just said, Gaffer, where? And he's like, hello, Joe. I was like, hi, Gaffer. And he was a bit taken aback because he was just stood in the middle of the field collecting the cones, and obviously I've walked a good 100 metres to get to him in my trainers and tracksuit and whatever. And he's like, is everything okay? I was like, yeah, just a quick word. I think I could really do a job in the defence at Forest. I think we're conceding 2.6 goals a game against. We're playing obviously a back three. I'm capable of playing right, in the middle, on the left. I can play in a back two as well. I could even play at fullback if you want me to. I just feel like I can really benefit Forest as a squad. And a team with my leadership, even though I'm young, I'm really want to play. And he just looked at me a bit like gone out, and he went, okay, you'll play at the weekend. You play in a back three on the left hand side. Is that okay? And I was like, yeah, great. And he's like, okay, go and have some lunch. And I was like, okay. So I walked in and I was like shaking. I was thinking, no, is he having me on? Is he like trying to just like palm me and say, yeah, all right, mate? But no, he came to the next day and I'm on the bus and travelling. All the lads are like, it's the first time I think I've travelled with the team this season. So they're all like looking at me, gone out like, are you playing, was there? And I'm like, I don't know. I've got no idea. Got to the changing room and yeah, my shirt's on the wall, Worrall 42 and played that game, and Gunter and McCleary scored.
Oh, it was that game, yeah.
Beat us 2-0. They beat us 2-0. We're never good enough to beat Redden anyway. They were pretty good that year. But yeah.
So do you think if you'd not approached him, you wouldn't have probably travelled?
No. I don't think I'm hell bent on I wouldn't have played for Forest if I wouldn't have asked him.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the stories. If you want to get tucked into more great football tales, watch here.